Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. This build up to Rangers versus Hearts, the league game at Ibrox. Join myself, Foxchair, on the show is my mucker, Port Bear. Evening, Port.
Evening, mate. How we doing? Another pressure game tonight for the gaffer and this squad.
Pressure. I've got the team, mate. Are you ready?
Yep, on you go.
All right. One change. McGregor, Tavernier, King, Davis. That's Ben Davis. Yep. Barisic, Sands, Lundstrom, Tillman. Matondo, Kolak and Kent. One change. Surprised? I'll give the subs. McLaughlin, Stephen Davis, Glenn Kamara, Morelos, Wright, McCann, Arfield, Devine and Yafeku. I'm not Yafeku. I hope I'm not talking to you, Port. I'm trying to pronounce his name.
That's the boy we got for Leicester, isn't it? That's the boy that can play left back and centre half. I think you'll see Kent on the right tonight, mate, if I'm honest. I think Matondo will right up on the left. That's the way I see that. And I think the three will be Lundstrom and Sands, Hodden and Tillman will be the guy expected to link up with Cholak. That's the way I see it. Both teams leaking goals, mate. Both teams with severe injuries to their squad. I mentioned the Port report, Peter Herring out, Halkett out. They're a big part of their defence.
I've got to say, I think you're a lot better with the Italian and the foreign teams, and you're with the Scottish teams.
Sounds better, mate. Sounds better. The Scottish teams are boring.
Yeah, Fox had to go away for a couple of minutes when you were doing the Italians. I don't know what he was talking about. Anyway, McGregor, Tavernier, King, Ben Davis, Barisic, James Sands, Lundstrom, Tillman, Matondo, Kolak and Kent. I think a lot of people will be surprised, but we've not got great options, mate, on the Glenn Kamara coming back from an injury, Stephen Davis, Scotty Arfield, their legs have gone, if we're honest, mate. Every week's not going to get any better, is it? I
think in mobility terms, mate, that's the best squad we could pick. And, in terms of mobility and getting about the pitch. I think that's a fact. He's kept pace in the team. He's kept Cholak. Again, he be relying on service. When you look at the last game against St Johnstone, the game should have been exciting in the first half. We must be clinical, Oxford. See if we can be clinical and put some of these chances away that we're creating. The guys can relax a bit. So can the manager. So can the squad. But we're creating a monster. We're not finishing these games off, dominating them. 70 odd, over 70% possession. Chance after chance, 29 shots in goal. We're creating a monster, mate. A frustration, and fans are going after nut about it, and rightly so.
But I think the possession, mate, doesn't. Well, here's a minute, mate. Yeah. That was the Jaffa trying to phone us. I think you might have known by the time there's a pre-match show. Being a Rangers supporter, But sorry about that. I just think the possession, we get into opportunities where we should be making more chances. The more chances you make, the more goals you'll score. For the places we get in the pitch, around about the 18-yard box, my opinion is we don't make the goalies make enough saves, mate.
No, and I think I heard you touching on it in one of the shows during the week. Inexperienced keeper in St Johnstone. We should be peppering the goal last year. Everybody should have been told, have a pop. If someone's in his eyes, he was complaining about it all the game. Have a pop, just have a pop. You don't shoot, you don't score. And that's an absolute fact of football, mate. Rangers have to be clinical, mate. They have to be clinical.
Big game, mate. Big game.
Aye. Hearts are on a wee bounce again, mate. That's him won their last two games. Shanklin continues to score. They're a team that can put a run together under Robbie Nielsen, and they're trying to, yet again, mate, they'll be confident. They'll be thinking they're hurting. Like David Martindale, we spoke about this Oxford. David Martindale set the blueprint how to stop Rangers. Load 3 centre-halves in between the 18-yard box, have 2 wing-backs, stop them crossing the ball, stop the service, and that's how you stop Rangers. But I'm just a simple guy, mate. A simple guy that loves football. But I even know how to stop Rangers.
But you have to get into situations. We need to mix it up when the quality needs to be better, the crossing, the movement. I was so disappointed with Ryan Kent. If I'm being honest, that forum on Sunday, mate, any other time when everybody's fit, let's be honest, our injuries aren't that great to our forward players. It's a resting part. He wouldn't be playing, mate. And if you're just picking the team on forum, mate,
No, he would be nowhere near it. He'd be nowhere near that squad, mate. That's an absolute fact. Ryan Kent's form is, to me, mate, it doesn't look. His confidence is gone totally. You know, I thought after he scored that goal against Hearts, when he put in the bottom corner, I thought that would have been the turning point. But he's then kicked on. Even Ryan Kent used to always be full of endeavour, mate, and he would track back, you know, protect his fullback and stuff. But I don't even see him doing that the way he used to, mate. He's lazy. He's became lazy. To me, he looks like a guy wanting to out of there. A bit like Kamara, mate, if I'm totally honest.
Well, I'll judge Kamara a bit more when he comes back for injury, you know, but I get it. I get what people are saying. You put 2 and 2 together, and sometimes you can come up with 5. Right, okay, so one change. The team is McGregor, Tavernier, Young Leon King, Ben Davis, Borna Barisic, John Lundstrom, James Sands, Tillman, Kent, Cholak, and Matondo. Would Matondo be your choice, mate?
In the current squad, aye, I think so. I think we need, obviously we're looking for service. He's played his best games for me when he's been on that left. And let's have a wee look at Ryan Kent on the right. There's been many. Albert's mentioned it loads of times on the show. There's been many Rangers, you know, radio presenter. Basically, I asked why we're not playing Kent on the right. He's a right footer. Save him cutting in all the time on his, you know, coming into the busyness of the middle of the pitch. And it'll keep him wide. It'll certainly keep him wide, mate. And we'll get crosses from his right foot. And let's see how him and Tav perform tonight.
Yeah, I just think the trouble is, mate, that we know everybody knows exactly how we're going to play. We're going to have Kent and Tav. Kent be born. Kent will play on the left for me, mate. I don't think he'll move him. I think
right.
He'll play. Yeah, no.
No,
Kent,
right, okay.
No, right. He's on the bench.
Aye, I know that's what I mean. You think Kent will stay on the left, Matondo will go on the right? Is that what you think will happen?
No, right's on the bench.
Right.
No, he's on the bench. It's Kent that's on the left.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Matara. Right. Very good.
No, I think you'll play. You get it now?
Aye, I do.
I think he'll play Ryan Kent on the left, I think, mate. I know you think he'll change him to the opposite wing, and Matondo. And that'll be our tactic, mate, as Albert says, and everybody knows it. And we'll have James Sands sitting in front of the back four, and Tillman and Lundstrom have a free role to get involved. And it's up to them to do something different. Now, they started the game well enough against the Johnston. The two of them at times done okay for the first maybe 20 minutes, and then it went flat as a pancake.
It went off Pete Tong, mate, definitely. As soon as they scored that first goal, actually, I had a feeling, because I know with St Johnston playing the way Callum Davis sets them up, it was the exact same as the Martindale thing, you know, the 3 centre backs with the 2 wing backs. And as much as we peppered their goal, mate, and we were about the box, we didn't create enough. We did not create enough. We keep persisting on this wide ball. Why can't we go through the middle? Why are we not shooting? They're camped in their 18-yard line. Have a pop.
Lundstrom had
something different.
Lundstrom has done some digging. Let's be honest. Yeah. Tav dig was appalling, but because it came through a ruck of players ago, we never seen it, ends up in the net, innit?
Yep, exactly.
Fox would have saved that, know what I mean?
I think in regards to Giovanni, mate, I think he must see it. I keep saying this to you. He must see what we see Oxshire. Teams have worked your team out and they've worked his system out. Has he got a plan B or a plan C? You know, is any of the players, the captain, you know, the vice captain, are they saying to him, Gaffer, we need to try something different? It's like I always say in Scotland, Oxshire, every game's a war. You've got to win the war first, to then let your players with the style and the guile to go and perform. Win the battle, mate. Win the war, and then see where it takes you. But we're not doing that, mate. We're not doing that.
No. Possession's our war we win, and we win that, mate. But possession doesn't win you the battle, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's great. It's knocking the ball left to right, back to front. You know, when the team's camped in the 18-yard box, they're just saying, "Yeah, have it up there. You can't penetrate. You can't hurt us back here." You know, so that again, that's another thing where I think we could probably play 20 or 40 years further up the pitch and really squeeze them in.
wish Fox was about, because I bring him in. He's my penetration expert. Right.
Aye, he is.
If it's all right with you, we'll get the phone lines opened.
Superb. Get the troops in, mate. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Are you right with that?
I'm right with that. Yep.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah. Aye, a big game for the club, and let's get behind the team. Time to forget. It's time to get behind the team. Yeah, time to get. Behind.
We have to move on, mate. To me, it looks like the gaffer's here to stay. I think the boys are going to just stick by him, mate, a really do. So it's time to get behind the gaffer, behind the team. The team's what it is. It's ravaged by injury, no doubt about that. Nothing we can do about it until January. So let's get behind this team and hope. And I hope next year we can't fall any further behind. We've got to now go and have the perfect season next year. In my opinion, we've got to have the perfect season to stand any chance of taking this title.
Well, it's simple, mate. You have to win the next game. As Bridgman saying, it's always the next game, and the next game's tonight, and you start by winning tonight, and you see what it takes us, But we're all disappointed. We're all upset. We all can't put our finger on it. We've all got theories. Some right, some wrong, some a load of rubbish, yeah?
Yeah.
Everybody sees the game slightly different. I personally, I would try and have Morelos on the park with Cholak, mate. Even if you had to change your system. Now, people will say, look, Big Mucker Southside, he doesn't think it'll work. And he said he didn't think it worked on Sunday when he come on. But I think you've got to try it sometimes to get your best players on the park. And whether we like it or no, Alfredo's still one of our better players, mate.
I would like to see it, because I do think there's a sort of a wee, Cholak playing the number 9 and almost, keep your wingers on, but sacrifice Tillman for Morelos. I think he could. I do think Morelos could affect the game in that role, mate. I really do. I think his game's advanced that much. We know his link-up play's good. He's a handful. It would let their defence and every other defence, certainly in Scotland anyway, have to battle Morelos and Cholak. So absolute finisher and a guy that likes to, get physical with you. That to me, that'd be a handful, mate. Why not try it?
If I'm also being honest, I think we're putting a lot of weight on the young boy Tillman's shoulders. And we've got a lot of weight on the young boy King's shoulders. Look, they're good football players, but there's a mental side of the game and the pressure side as young men. And yeah, people will say, you should be able to handle it. But you're going in and out of teams, and you're better learning your trade in a successful team and dipping in and out and then improving. The pressure's on us now, so I think there's a lot of weight in the two young boys' shoulders, mate.
Aye, I keep saying to mate, I don't want them boys, development getting ruined through. I've seen some horrible things written about King, and he's not ready. He's not a first team football. Nobody's arguing that point next year. We know he's not quite at the level. Physically, he looks all right, and but it's as you say, it's a mental side of the game. These guys know it, and he's made some high profile mistakes, and he's been punished for them. Which but let's stick, as you said, mate. Let's stick by him. It's all I've got to know. He's trying his hardest. He's giving us his all, and that's what matters to me. As long as he learns from these mistakes, mate, he'll probably learn more in the next few months when he continues to play. How long Connor's out for, I don't know, but he will learn a lot with what he's picking up the new, mate. So fair play to the boy. But I think a lot of the negative stuff I've seen, people need to calm down a bit. The boys, he's a boy.
Some of it's disgusting, mate. Yeah.
Aye. It is.
Some it's disgusting. If that was your lad, mate, and he was on his trade like that, you'd be proud as punch. You'd be disappointed they made the odd error, but you'd be as proud as punch. And this time next year, he'll be a better player for that. Whether he's going to go on and be a top player remains to be seen. But he's got a lot of good things in his locker, mate.
Aye, he's got pace, aerial ability, he's strong. And that's what I'm talking about. For an 18-year-old boy.
Brave
as a lion, mate. Brave as a lion. And as I said, for an 18-year-old boy, he's developed, for me, in my opinion, is ahead of the curve. He's doing really, really well in a difficult time and spell at Rangers Football Club, mate. You know, as you said, if a garden was all rosy and Rangers were winning games, and as you said, he was dipping in and out, that would be easier for him. But there's a lot of pressure on Rangers, the management team, the board, everybody's all getting spoke about in the media, and this young man's in amongst all that. And it's a lot to deal with for a young guy, mate, that's never, just been into the first team.
Okay, for people just joining us, the teams McGregor, Tavernier, King, Davis, Ben Davis, that is, Barisic, Sands, Lundstrom, Tillman, Matondo, Cholak and Kent. The substitutes, McLaughlin, Stephen Davis, Kamara, Morelos, Wright. That's Scott Wright for you.
Yeah.
And Arfield, Devine and Yafeku.
Well, as I said, mate, there's some experience on the bench. You've got Davis, Kamara, McLaughlin, Morelos, and obviously Arfield. But you've got McCann, Devine and Yafeku, who's in there because there's really defensive cover. So he can play left back or centre back, I'm led to believe. So to me, mate, this my opinion on this game, I can see like a 3-2, a 4-3. That's how these two are playing at the moment. Hearts are leaking goals, we're leaking goals, and this could be a very entertaining game tonight. And I hope obviously Rangers come out on the end of it, because we've got a good record against Hearts, 4 wins and a draw, mate. But in the last game we played them, we beat them, convincingly. As I say, that's what I was winning against. We turned the corner, same with Aberdeen game. But it's Rangers are hurting, mate, and I'd like to see Rangers come out and really put a performance on for themselves, first of all, and for the fans, because we know this team's better than this, and it's so frustrating to see the team that we know they are performing to the levels they are.
Mm-hmm. Aye. You're right. They're better. They're better than us. Yeah. But football sometimes can be all about confidence, mate, and we are definitely a team that's lacking confidence.
Aye, 100%. But every time they get a good, they seem to take, for me, 2 steps forward and it's 4 back, mate. Every time we get a wee sort of, like the Aberdeen game I touched on and the Hearts game I touched on, you think, right, that's them turned the corner. And then, they take steps back and you're like, what is going on? Why can't we build any confidence? We can't build any momentum, because every time we get a step forward, we go right back the way. It's been an interesting season, mate, and I know a lot of people touch on injuries, but what's still on that bench and that first 11 of the night, in my opinion, should still be able to beat St Johnstone and Hearts, mate.
And Livingston.
And Livingston as well, yep.
Aye.
Yep. Okay.
Listen, if you're out there, would like your thoughts on the team. Are you disappointed, or is it the team you expected? So let's hear from these.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye, we have to put Sunday behind us, mate. It's all about the night. Yeah, we have to hopefully have a springboard and go on a run. That's all we can ask. Does it look likely? If you're being honest with the forum, it's been that much stop-start. No, it doesn't look likely, but you never know, mate. You never know.
No, do you know the funny thing, Oxshire? I could see he's going out and beating them like 3-0 tonight. I can't. It's like that team. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. This team's a Jekyll and Hyde team. They frustrate the life out of you. They're going to be at St Johnstone, and then, like I said, they're probably going to beat Hearts. The Hearts game at Tynecastle, we weren't even favourites to win that. So, all of a sudden, you've got them a few weeks later at Ibrox. I believe this is the last game before the World Cup. So they need to go into this game, mate.
One more on Saturday.
One more Saturday, sorry. Aye. Win this game, win Saturday's game, and then the work has to be done in this World Cup break, mate. They've got almost 3 weeks through this World Cup to try and, either work on a new shape or lift the confidence, get these guys flying the way they were, hopefully get a few back for injury. I think that'll go a long way to help as well. But
we've missed Connor Golston, mate. The 3 players we've missed for me is Connor Golston, a fit Ryan Jack, which I can't believe he's in the Scotland squad. If he goes and plays for them, he deserves all the flack that's coming his way. A fit Ryan Jack, and the boy Tom Lawrence, to see what he could do, yeah?
Aye, 100%. I think Rangers have been more strict, in my opinion, mate, and just says to the Rangers players, you're not going.
You can't stop them, mate. The FIFA and that, you end up, it's just the rules are loaded against you. But I think Ryan Jack's got to be sensible, in my opinion, because if he's wanting to prolong his career at Rangers or anywhere else, he's got to be sensible. I don't have a problem with people playing for their country, Port, I think, but you've got to be sensible and look at the big picture as well, yeah?
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, it's not as if I think Rangers could have easily got him out of that, mate. And the reason why is I don't think he's fit, and that'd be my reason and why I'd have asked Scotland to leave him alone.
He's not played. He's not kicked a ball for us since the Liverpool game. So,
that's what I'm saying.
Anyway, we've been joined by Andrew for Leeds, the man who likes to give out grass, I believe. Andy Cookson, how are we doing, Andrew?
I'm fine, my friend. So you obviously seen the video, not my video.
No, I don't watch horror movies, mate. But I've. You obviously seen the video then. I haven't seen it. I've heard all about it. I haven't seen it.
Oh, you've heard all about it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, don't watch it because it will give you nightmares. Anyway, let's get to tonight. Must 3 points. But anyway, what I was saying is, last time I phoned in was Aberdeen, after the Aberdeen game, and I said basically, thank God we've had a 90-minute performance. Let's kick on for here. I said, but also in that call, I said, don't count on it because I do not have belief in this team. I do not have belief in this team nor this manager. And sure, the last few games have improved right back to the same old basics. That horseshoe passing, that horseshoe, and then the 7-3.
I thought you'd have been a fan of the horseshoes tactics.
Been kicked too many times, so I'm not too much anymore, mate. I've still got a slight fracture in my T2 vertebrae, so. But anyway, going on to the Rangers team. I've been listening to you, Oxford, and I totally agree with you. I don't think James Tavernier is fit. I think he's either carrying an injury or they're not doing enough on the training field. To be honest, Ryan Kent is the same. Ryan Kent isn't shown. Ryan Kent isn't shown. Oh, sorry, mate. We keep that on. You go, Ox.
No, I think it's only my opinion. I've nothing to back it up. I think there's something wrong with Tavernier's right groin. He's fit to do the test. He can run and he can maybe run about for 90 minutes. But when you've got something wrong, it's like trying to be a joiner where you've got a sore pinky. It's all easy. You think you can do it, but you can't do it to your max. And I think that's the problem with James. It's only my opinion. Because when you see him striking the ball at times, it just doesn't look sweet. I might be wrong, Port Bear, but that's my opinion.
I think it's a well-known fact, mate, that James Tavernier's carrying an injury. If you look down the left-hand side, Bonner's getting forward a lot more than what James Tavernier is, and that tells me he's been told, Bonner, everything needs to come for you. And some of the deliveries Bonner's had this year have been outstanding. But I find this year, in my opinion, there's a lot more coming down the left from Bonner than there is from the right from Tav. And that tells me there's something going on that he can't get up and down that wing the way he did in previous seasons. So there's definitely something going on there. And if you remember back to Scotty Arfield's interview a while back, he admitted that they do a lot more ball work than they do
when running.
So Gio's basically left it to themselves to get that sort of match fitness. And for me, that's like that old thing of working from home. Would you really give it your all? Would you be home training or in a gym training and busting your backside to get, the level of fitness to be a professional top athlete, footballer? I don't think so, mate. I think that needs to change. This ball work obviously isn't working. We look knackered next year and it's only November.
I really fancy doing Andy for Crookston's job for the house. Anyway, Andy, you're going on about Ken. Before him, Andy, I think Ken's due to be dropped. Just in form, at the present moment, I think he's been poor.
Yes, I believe he should be dropped 110%. His numbers are terrible. I think he's had 1 assist this year, if I'm right. That is terrible for a player with the standard we know he has got. He has got incredible talent, but he's not shown it whatsoever. Not shown it whatsoever. I listened to Blue Star the other night, and I thought Blue Star was absolutely fantastic the other night, what he said. And, you know, just a lot of his points are just bang on. And, you know, going back to Ryan Kent, there's something either, I don't know if he's lost, I don't know if Gio's lost the dressing room. And a lot of people on here keep saying they can't put their finger on it, and I cannot put my finger on it either. It's something's not right, or something is not right.
It's apparent, mate. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's a confidence thing, a message thing, a clash of personalities, a clash of styles, the classic saying, you've lost the dressing room. Or it could be, as some people have said, we've just got some poor players. You know, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, Port.
I've said it before, mate. The understanding the message to the manager, the understanding the instruction from the coaches. I said this months back, and that's what it looked like to me. They're not understanding what he's looking for. And sometimes, and I've said this before, a new voice in a dressing room, as much as I don't want to see people losing their job next year, some people, a new voice in a dressing room, or even a new coach, with a new, you know, style, system, something different to offer, can, you know, lift a squad. But some players can just switch off to managers, mate, especially don't like, you know, what their training, you know, is like. And especially if they don't think it's working on a Saturday, they can be, you know, they can be bemused and angry and frustrated, as you said. So it can be a mixture of it all, mate.
Aye, we've been joined by our good friend James from Paisley. Evening, James.
Hi guys, nice to speak to you again.
Evening, James.
All right, Jim.
Good evening. All right, guys. I've got a question I'd like to throw at you. Right, I've not got an answer for this. I don't have an answer for this, but maybe some of the guys that's listening may want to phone in and put me right in my place here. But what has Scott Wright done wrong? What has he done wrong? They can't get a starting position. We've tried the Kent, Matendo the weekend. That didn't work. You know, here we're going again tonight with the same. I would not say garbage. I know it's no garbage, but I don't know. Is there something he's done? They swore at somebody somewhere in the dressing room or something?
I doubt it. I'll give you my answer, and then I'll let take it the other two answers. It's all about opinions, Jim. I would say, what has Scott Wright done right?
But is there no something different we can bring?
I just think that he's one of these players like we've got with Tillman. When he's on the ball and he does good things, he's a nice runner with the ball. He's got balance in that. But when he disappears out again, mate, he disappears. Port Bear.
Aye, that's one of the problems where I think both are wide men, Kent as well. When they disappear for the game, they go hiding, and all of a sudden we're down to like 8 jerseys. It's even like John Lunston a wee bit in the middle of the park. Sometimes I think he does a hell of a lot of work and he's getting not much help. Sands has been in, I think he looks a bit more balanced in there. But I don't think Scott Wright offers enough going back the way, Jim. And it's expected for a winger under Gio. I think he's expecting the boys to track back and, you know, help. But he goes missing in too many games, mate. And I just don't think Gio fancies him. Gio's given him, if you remember back at the start of the season, mate, Gio gave him plenty of opportunities to prove himself, and I don't believe he took any of them. That's only my opinion, of course, mate.
Here, Port, he's given Ryan Kent plenty of opportunities. And I wouldn't say he's the best tracker backer of all time. He jogs back.
What did you call him, Jim? A tracker backer? Jim, I'll be honest with you, mate. If I was picking the team in present form, Ryan Kent would be dropped.
Absolutely. I'm on your side. No fault you hear that, man. Absolutely.
I've got
I dropped him months ago.
I've got the Hearts team. Gordon, Smith, Shanklin, Atkinson, Devlin, Rose, Halliday, Cochrane, Sibbick, Kinley and Snodgrass and Devlin. Just watch how this pans out.
Can I just say something as well, guys? Can I come in with something?
On you go, mate.
When I was at the Rangers tour the other day, last Wednesday. The guy who did the tour was talking away, blah, blah, blah. We were early, and he was telling us about, talking about Jimmy Bell. And he mentioned, he said, you could stand at the front desk and maybe half time, and say, for example, it was nothing each with St Johnstone or something, we're playing poor. He said you could hear Jimmy Bell screaming for the top of his voice, screaming down to the players, like, in other words, get your fingers out your backside. And he said that wasn't just a one-off thing. That was every game they played at Ibrox when they were playing poor or they got a bad result. Jimmy Bell was always on their backs. And since they've lost Jimmy, have we got any of that? Any response? We're always looking at a response for the next game. Are we getting it? No, we're not.
Well,
I know he doesn't.
I don't know if that becomes myth or legend, and when you pass away, and maybe had an influence in the dressing room that we don't see. Port, is it just a bit of the jigsaw that you've not replaced yet?
Aye, Jimmy Bell will always be a legend at Rangers, mate. But as you said, myth or legend. Was that a story, or is that true? Would a manager enjoy his kit man shouting and bawling at players? I know Jim McAllister came from Morton, who's the new kit man. I certainly can't imagine Jim McAllister getting in, having a dig at players. He's an ex-pro himself, he's an ex-player as well, Jim McAllister. But I just can't. I don't know. I don't know how many managers would allow their kit man to have a pop at players, mate, or how many players would stand for it. Because I wouldn't stand for it if even the level I played at. If a kit man came in and says to me and try to tell me, give me a dressing down, I know what I'd be telling him, mate.
Well,
Paul, it's about sorry, a last bump on there, because I'm going to beat it and watch again. What I was going to say, it's a bad day when you go to the line the kit man to see the players about half time. That's what I would suggest.
Here, mate. I agree.
Listen, we're not poo-hooing what you say, Andy. We understand that.
No,
better
absolutely, mate. Yeah. Absolutely. I know that.
People move on, and it could be a small part in the jigsaw that's missing, mate, or a small cog in the wheel, and that cog's missing, and it does have an effect rather than, rather you don't realise it's there, But listen, it's doing it. First and foremost, you've got professional pride in yourself. You've got to look at yourself. Then you look at your teammates. Then you've got your manager there who selects the team, and all these parts have to go together. And then there's the people in the support staff around about the club to make sure that you're best prepared that you can be. Jimmy's one of them. They're all cogs in the wheel, some bigger than ours. But the game's all about the 11 guys who cross the white line. Jim?
Oh, absolutely. Well, you listen to Jimmy Bell. Well, he was in that dressing room. He dished out the jerseys. I think Jimmy Bell gave you your number in the back of your shirt. And that was he decided what number you were going to wear. He gave you a choice of 2 or 3 numbers, and he didn't. You couldn't walk in and want to play number 7 next week. When you're a new signing. I think Jimmy decided there's a choice of 3. Take your pick. That was his job. He was in the dressing room, obviously. We know that every training session, Jimmy had the kit ready. Of course, he's going to be an influence on some of the players sometimes, but I'm not swallowing this one, falling and shouting for the half time and that. I'm not wearing that one.
Well, all I'm saying is just basically that he said you could hear him sometimes shouting at the top of his voice if we played poor or we're playing poor and went in at half time. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I'll tell you what you mean there, Andy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How are we going to pan it for you tonight, Port Bear? I mean, we're going to be playing the same system. And we're going to have a centre forward who, if the boys move quick and it goes in for the wings quick, he's going to be isolated.
Again, mate, the way we win this game has to be tempo, and we have to change it up. But we can't keep doing this wing, because Hearts will have 3 centre backs and 2 wing backs, and Devlin and Snodgrass will sit in front of the back 4. That's what we'll do, mate. They'll try and hit us in the counter with Janelli up front, because he's quick, he's really quick. That's exactly what they'll try and do. Frustrate us But like at Tynecastle, if we get that early goal, mate, that changes the game, because then their game has to change. So I'm going to say it's going to be a high scoring game, mate. I think 3-2, 4-3, because both of them going back the way at the moment are leaking goals at an alarming rate.
James, have you had a wee flutter?
No, I've not a bet in Rangers for, I can't remember the last time I put a bet on them. It feels like I was wasting my money, and I like Port. I'm not sure if I agree with Port all the time. I don't know how they're going to score 3 goals. Okay, they've got a good keeper too, remember. He's the best keeper in Scotland that plays for Hearts, as far as I'm concerned. As you say, if they give a big centre forward the ball in the box, or we never know. But I thought my brother Forrest and Johnson game, before the game even kicked off, I texted him. I said, I feel the worst today. He never texted me back. He's not even spoke to me since, actually. Really is interesting talking about Rangers and how the way we're playing. I'll see how it goes. See how it goes today. Listen, what the first 20 minutes, see how it goes, you know. Listen, we do. The first 20 minutes against St John's, I thought, here, this could be 3 or 4 for us. Then you would see what happened there, didn't we?
Yep.
Hi, Ox. Just to say thanks for having me on, mate. I need to go. My wife's trying to get through. So, thank you very much for having me on. Come on to Jersey night. Let's do it. Let's get 3 points.
Next time we have you on, I'll speak to your agent, all right?
Thanks very much, mate. You're a legend. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Cheers,
guys.
How's it going to pan out for you, Jim? What do you see? How do you see? Do you see us changing then? Do you see us trying anything different? Or?
Well, I can't see us changing much, you know, unless if they play better. You know, if everybody turns up, we'll win, obviously, you know. We're good players, we're good forward players, and they can pass the ball more than 5 yards. I think some of the passes have been garbage. You know, some of this wee tappy, wee 5 yard passes are not working out for us.
That was the start of the goal. John Lundstrom didn't pass it to Sakala. Yeah, Sakala stood still or didn't move, whatever, but Lundstrom, like a spoiled brat, didn't he? He didn't, and then try to blame Sakala for his error. Port.
Yep, and that's what you call passing the buck, mate. You know, put your hands up, and you know, I do believe Sakala should even run towards the ball as well, but John was short. John was well short of it, and he lost the floor to Sakala for John's mistake. And these are the mistakes we have to cut out the game. But when you're playing with a lot of confidence, mate, like we are, and we're playing to the levels we are, every pass you make, mate, you know, it's probably 5 yards short. So you have to get these things right. And that's what Rangers have to do tonight. They have to show up. I'm not sure up all season. They have to show up tonight and show these Rangers fans and their manager they're up for the fight.
Yeah.
Well, we're wearing blue jerseys tonight, but that might help us. You don't see the plastic body blue jersey we're no wearing blue.
I've got to be honest with you, mate. As much as I like that strip for a marketing point of view, I ain't a fan of watching us in it.
Aye, I agree with that. I know, sure. Aye.
I just like to see us playing blue, mate. Yeah, I know we can't against St Johnstone, but I like to see us playing blue.
Me too.
Maybe I'm a bit old-fashioned, Port Bear.
No, I think I'll prefer to see our team in that colour, mate. I don't mind the red and white strip, but I get where you're coming from. The orange one, it's great for marketing. It sells a lot of jerseys because of the colour. But home and away strip, I'm sort of traditionalist. You know, home strip and away strip, and that's it. None of these 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9 kits, whatever how many we've got now. You know what I mean? I'm home and away top for me.
As long as I've got them in a small medium, I'm all right.
I'll crack your jokes, Oxshire. Come on now.
It's your buffet, Jim. Too much.
I'll make up the short crust pastry and all that for you. I'll put you in a diet.
We need to start getting ready for the Nerd Day, yeah?
Absolutely, aye.
That time of the year again. I'll send you the just for Iceland.
How are you seeing it yourself, Oxshire? How are you seeing the game pan out yourself? What sort of?
I'm a bit concerned that we'll put a lot a lot of onus on the boy Tillman to create, mate. I think it's a lot, and when the boy's got ability, there's no doubt the boy's got ability, and I think there was one of the callers was saying he was speaking to somebody, I think it was Alex Fumishaw, actually. The boy's a number 10. He's playing up beside the striker and playing for 1-2s and movements and making things happen in the box. He's not a guy getting about the pitch, and that's pretty obvious when you watch him. So I'm concerned that we're asking that boy to do a job that I don't know if he's ready today, So that's your pivot and the creative side. Yeah, and then if we go, it depends what happens in the two wingers. Now, the two wingers, the last time we played Hearts, done okay. Were involved in the first 2 goals before Hearts went down to 10 men. But over the piece, if I'm being honest, this season, the 2 of them have been non-existent. So that's what gives me the fears. But I'm hoping, and I always hope, and I always expect us to win. It doesn't matter who we're playing. As mad as it seems, mate. Still, when we played Napoli away, I'm saying if we get an early goal, you never know what can happen because it's the Rangers. But tonight, I think we'll win. I'm just not feeling as confident as I should be. And people say why, but at home to Hearts. We are home to Hearts. For the last 3 games, we've beat Aberdeen, but in between, we've drew with Livingston and lost to St Johnstone. So we're formed domestically. In the short term, ain't great, mate.
Oh, it's definitely not. It's definitely not. It's just not good enough, mate. And that's what I say to you. We've almost got to go and have the perfect season now for this to work out and hope they drop, points here and there, etc. And I didn't expect to see us where we are, Oxshire, if I'm honest, and in this state so early in November.
Port. See if we run out the night after the final whistle, we've won by 2 or 3 goals. I'm going to start asking questions. What the hell happened at the weekend?
That's what I've been asking all week, all year so far, though, Jim. It's like we take 2 steps forward, we take 4 back. It's strange. It's really, really strange. And then we think just when we're getting going together, like Ox said there about the Aberdeen match. And then the next 2 matches after that, that's why we get into night with trepidation, because we don't know what Rangers are going to turn up. We know, in my opinion, Hearts are going to set up the exact same way as Livingston and St Johnstone set up. I think it's a no-brainer. I would do it. I think that's where you stop Rangers. So I think Hearts will get better players than St Johnstone have got. Hearts will get better players than Livingston have got. So they in theory, they should make it more difficult for Rangers to score tonight. So I think it'll be a tough game. I really do, lads. I think it'll be a tough game, but I still expect Rangers to win it.
Anyway, we've reached that time in the evening. Time to get the vol-au-vents out, James. Yeah. And get ready for the game, mate. Enjoy the ball game, James.
Will do, guys. Depending on the score, I maybe call you back after the game, depending on how.
I'm sure you will. Sure you will.
See how it goes. Win, lose or draw.
Speak to you later, mate.
All the best.
Port, cheers, mate. We'll be back after.
Cheers. Yeah. Yep, cool, mate.
Thanks for listening. Thanks to Jim and Andy. This has been Rangers Radio. Thanks to Old School Blue and Fox behind the scenes. We'll be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle, celebrating. Take it away, Foxy boy.
Erskine has been caring for our nation's veterans since 1916, and with your help, we always will. This Remembrance Day, search Erskine to make your donation. Erskine, futures for the brave.
I sailed the wild Atlantic, across the broad Pacific shore. I sailed around the stormy capes and I've heard the 40s roar. I've climbed the Indian Ocean and I've sailed the China Sea. But there's a sea back home in Scotland, more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my rocks. It's the greenest sight that I have ever seen. The blue, blue, blue sea of my rocks. And this part of the river just where I sleep. No more I'll sail the 7 is safe, then